The Michigan Theater, the last and largest theater built in downtown Jackson, opened April 30th, 1930. No matter the challenges that have affected our country over the last nearly 100 years, the theater has stayed strong and withstood the test of time, standing alone as the last surviving movie palace of the original 8 in downtown Jackson. The building's exotic Spanish style and lavish interior has dazzled patrons as much as the attractions on the stage and screen. Throughout its existence, the primary goal of the Michigan Theater has been to provide the people of Jackson with a taste of opulence at a fraction of the cost. Here, every patron is equally important. Every patron, royalty.
So as coming to the Michigan Theater as a young child, I remember it being big and lots of lights. What I remember most is the movies would be $1. And I can't tell you what movie it was that I saw, but it was a place you wanted to go.
I remember coming here when I was a little kid for movies and concerts, all the way back to the time where my wife and I relocated to Jackson, and it became my first nonprofit board of directors position.
My day job is Associate State Director at AARP Michigan, and my job is to do community outreach. I work with a great team of volunteers, and when I first started and talked about what kind of things we should do and where we should do them, they said, "Kim, you have to go to the Michigan Theater." I had no idea. I was so surprised when I came into the theater for the first time. And I understood because a number of our volunteers for AARP are also volunteers at the Michigan Theater.
Well, isn't this just absolutely beautiful? I mean, if anybody has ever been to a theater within the Butterfield style of old theaters, if you've been to the Fox Theater in Detroit, that's what this is like. The guts of it are even as impressive as what you see in the exterior. Just some of the different things. The first air-conditioned building in Jackson.
The theater was on hard times. It was closed. The second group had failed to restore it. So we bantered things about, and actually somebody came through Jackson. His name happened to be Jay French, and he thought, we need to restore this theater. This is a place that needs to be available for the Jackson community. So Isla Smith was chamber exec at that time. She got 9 other people, plus Jay, herself included, and myself included, into a group we formed, the Michigan Theater Incorporated. So we purchased it in August 1993. We opened the doors to the general public in the summer of 1994 with the kids series. We showed 10 different films over 10 weeks. It cost $1 for the kids to come in. They could buy pop and popcorn. I think that was another $1. And we had that summer over 10,000 people here.
We have a motto, like, what we do for all. And that's what I think about when I come into the Michigan Theater, because there's something for everybody here. I've done some things that were geared toward different communities, and we've had very different audiences here, but I love the fact that this is a central place right in the heart of downtown Jackson that seats over 1,000 people, so I never have to worry about whether there's enough room. And I also don't have to worry about whether the popcorn is fresh. It doesn't come out of a bag because you can see them popping it while you're here.
You walk through the front doors, you come into the outer lobby, which has been lovingly restored by an East Coast company who does nothing but restore theaters. There's gold gilt around the theater. You walk in then to the inner lobby, which has the box office in it, the original box office. There's a sign there that says admission is 10 cents. Unfortunately, it's not that anymore today. We can't do that. That's when people made, $1 a week or something like that, 20 cents a day.
Into the future, the Michigan Theater will serve and preserve this dedication to Jackson and its citizens, but we need your help. With the theater nearing 100 years old, there are lots of repairs needed throughout the building, as well as replacement needs from the inner lobby to backstage. It's said it takes a village, and that's never been more true than today. Our community is stronger together, and the Michigan Theater will continue to thrive thanks to your help.
So the Michigan Theater was built in the 1930s, very, very long time ago. And so there's a lot of renovations that need to be done at this theater. And because we are, again, Jackson, a part of our community, we want to see it continue. And so we're going to need support.
When I first joined the board, this facility has 11 roofs on it that all had to be replaced. The water damage is visible. That would be something we would love to get fixed. The seats, if anybody remembers the old seats in the Michigan Theater, they were challenging to get in and out of. Those have been partially replaced, but you can see up in the balcony behind me that there's more work to be done, and that requires a lot of capital, and it requires a lot of passion from the community.
And to keep the history and the legacy of the Michigan Theater, I am hoping to see people come out and give back out of their pockets, out of their heart.
Just a great opportunity for people to support the theater in a special way, to be sure that it is around and that she stays in the great splendor that she deserves, because this is just such a beautiful resource and needs to be maintained.
It is indescribable of the feeling that you get inside once you donate to the theater and know that your dollar, $10, $100, $1,000, whatever the amount is, or maybe your volunteer time, has helped this theater run and be part of the Jackson community. There is no place like it anywhere in the whole county.
Please consider becoming a member today, or pledge to continue to support the ongoing effort to provide a truly magical experience for folks of all creeds, colors, and backgrounds. The Michigan Theater promises to continue to provide a space unlike any other on earth in your own backyard. With your continued support, our community will continue to persevere, shining the unbridled light of the marquee that truly reminds us all of home. Thank you, Jackson. Drop in and say hello.